You are this close to a massive breakthrough, and there's one simple thing that you need to do, and it's this. Zoom out. You are so close to the doorway that you're actually thinking that it's not a doorway. You're like, this is a window. This is a window into the life that I want. And I'm so close. I don't want to back away from it because I'm looking through it and this is it. And I know that if I'm around it, it'll manifest it. But the coolest thing happens when you zoom out and you back up. You're able to see that the window you've been viewing through is actually a door. So you're here and here's the door and you're like peeking your head through and you're like, this is it, I love this. I love this analogy that came up on the fly. But if you take a step back, then you're like, holy shit, that's a doorway. That's a doorway that all I have to do is walk through in order to create this life. And that's all you have to do is walk through the doorway to create the life. And in saying that too, I feel also very called to share this with you. Stop trying to force shit and just do what makes you happy. Because one of the coolest things that I've learned here most recently as somebody who is like a professional, we gotta force it. We gotta make this happen. We gotta do it all ourselves. We gotta just make sure everything happens, you know, whatever that is. That's called control and force. That doesn't work. That actually delays the time for your manifestation to get to you. Because what you're saying is, and this is funny, is like God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, I don't trust you enough that I have to step in and do all this work for you just to make sure it happens. Who says that? Like one of my good friends, Soleil Rod, says, you know, think of God as your business partner, okay? So let's flip the script here and say, God's your business partner now. What does a business partner want you to do? Does he or she want you to micromanage all the bullshit that they're already doing? Then, for instance, it's like, here's our plan Monday through Friday, and you're like, okay, on Monday we're gonna do this, that. You're literally reading the script that's already there just to give yourself something to do. If that sounds familiar, this video is definitely for you, okay? Now let's flip the script. So God's our business partner. Shout out to Soleil for that one. And he says, here's the plan. Instead of micromanaging it and trying to take control of it and being like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. If you look at the plan, you're gonna go, wow, all I have to do is do what I fucking love every single day and make sure that the 24 hours that I'm alive is stacked with all the stuff that brings me energy, joy, and positivity, right? And what I mean by this is simple, just detaching as a whole. Number one, the art of detachment brings you stuff very quickly in a sense of manifestation. If I'm like, I want this now, and I focus on it, that's great. That's called creating a very clear intention. But the trick to getting that intention to land in your lap with ease and grace and not forcing it and feeling very energized when it lands there is to let it go, to not think about it, to not force it, to know that in living every 24 hours that you get doing all the shit you love, not doing the things that drain you or are neutral like, I'd kind of like to do that, but focusing solely on all the stuff that you love that brings you energy, whether it makes sense in reality or doesn't make sense in reality, that is a huge key to this. Just doing it every day. Because the art of detachment and manifesting stuff very quickly is one of the coolest things because all you're doing is focusing on what you love, what energizes you, and it doesn't have to make sense in reality because what you're doing is this is called power and attraction. By doing what is your favorite things to do and energizes you and you love to do and it charges you up and whatever other words we can say there, it attracts people to you because you're living so authentically. You're also just creating a higher vibration, right? You're living in love. You're living in gratitude. You're living in excitement. You're living in curiosity. You're not living in guilt, shame, anger, frustration, whatever the other emotional words are, right? So when you're living these high vibrational frequencies, it honestly doesn't matter what you do as long as you're doing what you love. Because when you do what you love without causing havoc in your life, right? It's not like, I'm going to do what I love because it pisses you off. No. That's still a little, it's literally like, today I feel like I need to do A, B, C, and D. And even though the world is showing me F, fuck that. I'm going to do this anyways because I know this is what I need in this moment. And when you do that, when you do what you need, you still take in others' consideration, but at the end of the day, you still do what you need to do without any shame or any guilt, and you endlessly lean into what you're being guided to do, the coolest thing happens. Everything in your life starts happening very quickly. You're gonna notice the good shit gets better. You're gonna notice the bad shit falls off. And you're gonna notice that doorway that you were standing at and thinking it was a window. It's actually the doorway that you're about to walk through, called your new reality and your new timeline. And there, all the magical shit happens for you. And all you have to do is show up, be yourself, and allow yourself to jump into the flow of life instead of trying to direct the flow of life like you're on a air traffic control and not being paid right now. Shout out to America. But at the end of the day, you realize that doorway is access to the new life where you stop controlling shit, where you detach from everything. And once you do that, everything starts happening for you. And then you have literally 24 hours every day to do all the stuff that you love, create more joy, create more happiness, create more gratitude in all that you do, because you're gonna love every fucking ounce of it. And it can be a little scary because it seems so easy. That's how you know it's for you. So I'll see you on the other side. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to zoom out, subscribe to this channel. There's more videos coming. Let's go.